Good morning friends, this is Shanmukrao Sivala, a lecturer in English. Today let us discuss the if clauses friends. If clauses are very useful for everybody. So these are also called as conditional sentences. Conditions, they put conditions. The condition is satisfied, the next action happens. Okay friends, so before going to the class, please subscribe my channel friends. Subscribe, press on subscribe and bell button so that you can get all my videos. I am making all very useful videos on English, grammar, spoken English and all. Okay, let us start the today's class. In if clauses, there are four types of sentences friends. Four types. If clause, or it is otherwise called as subordinate clause. Subordinate clause. This is the main clause. These clauses will come in, this is called as a complex sentence. We have three types of sentences: simple sentences, complex sentences, compound sentences. So these are all complex sentences. One subordinate clause, one main clause means complex sentence. Now let us learn. First one is zero type. Zero type. Zero type in subordinate clause simple present, main clause simple present. Simple present, simple present. And type 1 simple present, here V1 or V1 plus S or ES. Here simple future, simple present, simple future. Type 1. Shall, will, can, may plus V1 comes in the main clause. And second type is, here comes simple past tense, V2. Here would, should, could, might plus V1 comes in the main clause. Type 3, past perfect tense, means had plus V3 comes. Here would, should, could, might or have plus V3 comes in the main clause. So this is how, if we follow this table, it is very easy to understand if clauses. Now let us learn the first type, zero type. Rarely used, but zero type. Let us see. Zero type is simple present, simple present. Both the sentences are in simple present tense. So if you heat ice, it boils. If you heat ice, it boils. If we heat the ice, it boils. Okay. Here heat V1 simple present. Here boils V1 simple present. Heat boils. Both are in simple present tense. So these are universal truths, and for facts we use simple zero type is used for universal truths and facts. For universal truths and facts we use zero type of sentences. And next one is, if you heat ice, it melts. Here heat simple present, melts simple present. If you heat ice, it melts. Okay. And second type is possibility. There is a possibility for that action to happen. There are chances for that action to happen. Possibility is there. So type 1. Type 1 rule is simple present and simple future. Here simple present, simple future. Simple present means V1 comes. Or else if the subject is third person singular, V1 plus S or ES will be added to V1. Here in the main clause simple future. Shall or will or can or may plus V1 comes. Okay. So possibility, let us see. If you study well, you will get a first class. Here if you study well, if clause puts a condition. Condition is, if you study well, there is a chance of getting the first class. If the first condition happens, second action happens. If you do the first action, there is a chance for the second action to happen. Okay, condition. If you study well, you will get a first class. Okay friends, here the rule is, if you study well, study simple present. Here simple present came in if clause. Here in the main clause simple future, will get. Will plus V1 will get. If you study well, you will get a first class. Second, if you run fast, you can catch the train. Here if you run V1, here can catch, simple future, can catch. If you run fast, you can catch the train. The condition is, if you run fast, this is the condition. If you run fast, there is a chance of catching the train. Okay. if the first condition, if you satisfy the first condition, there is a chance for the second action to happen. Second action may happen. And if you invite him, he will attend your marriage. Third is, if you invite him, invite V1, simple present tense. Here, will attend, simple future. If you invite him, he will attend your marriage. If you invite him, there is a chance of attending your marriage. He may attend your marriage. He will attend your marriage. Okay friends, I hope that you understood these two types. Here comes universal truths and facts. These are all universal truths. They are always in simple present. Both the actions are in simple present. Here one is in simple present, one is in simple future. Simple present, simple future. And possibility. There is a possibility for that action to happen. Condition is, if you satisfy the condition, the second action happens. It is called as a conditional sentence. It always puts conditions. Okay friends, let us move on to the second remaining examples. Okay friends, let us now discuss type 2 sentences friends. Type 2 is doubtful or improbable. Improbable means less likely. Less likely means less chances for that action to happen. Less chances to happen. Or unreal condition, imaginary condition. We imagine the situation. At that time we use second condition, doubtful. Now let us see. Here the rule is, type 2 rule is simple past tense. In the if clause simple past, here would or should or could or might plus V1 comes in the main clause. Now let us see. If I knew his address, I would invite him to my marriage. I am saying that if I knew his address, I would invite him to my marriage. Here we used knew, know, knew, known. V2, simple past tense is used. Here simple past tense here is would plus V1, would invite. Would invite, would plus V1. This is the main clause, this is the subordinate clause. And here I am imagining the situation. I don't know his address, that's why I can't invite him to my marriage. So that's why I am saying if I knew his address, I would invite him to my marriage. So here I am imagining the situation friends. Imagining, if I knew his address, I would invite him to my marriage. If I really know his address, I don't know whether I invited him or not. It is a doubtful action. Okay, and less likely, improbable is less likely for that action to happen. Less chances for that action to happen. And here its meaning is present. Sentence is in past tense, but meaning is present. Okay, if I knew his address, I would invite him to my marriage. If I don't know his address, that's why I can't invite him. So that's why if I knew his address, imagining, I would invite him to my marriage. Okay, doubtful. And second one is, if you invited him, he would attend your marriage. I have not invited him, he could not attend my marriage. So that's why here we are saying, if I invited him, if you invited him, he would attend your marriage. If you invited him, imagining the situation, if you invited him, he would attend your marriage. Because I have not, you have not invited him, he has not attended your marriage. So that's why in that condition we are saying if you invited him, he would attend your marriage. Imagining the situation that if you invited him, he would attend your marriage. The rule is invited, simple past tense. Here would plus attend, would plus V1 would attend your marriage. Chances are less actually for that action to happen. Whether it's really invited, we don't know whether he attended your marriage or not. Next, third one is, if I were rich, I could help the poor. I am not rich, I am poor. So I am imagining the situation. If I were rich, I could help the poor people. If I were, generally were comes only in this condition. In past tense, generally after I was comes. I was a good teacher, was. But only in imaginary condition only comes were after I. If I were rich, were is simple past tense, V2. Okay, were is V2. If I were rich, I could help the poor. Could plus V1, I could help the poor. This is also imagining the situation. If I were rich, I am not rich. So I cannot help, I am not helping the poor people. So I am imagining the situation. If I were rich, I could help the poor. And one more, if I won 1 crore rupees, I could help the poor people. If I won 1 crore rupees, I could donate them to the poor people. I would donate them to the poor people. Imagining the situation, if I won 1 crore rupees, if I won 1 crore rupees in a lottery, I could donate them to the poor people. I did not win the lottery, I could not donate. Okay. So I hope that you understood. The second type is doubtful, less chances for that action to happen, and imaginary condition, imagining the situation. Okay. And type 3 is unfulfilled action or impossibility. So that action already happened, already completed actions. Later on we are talking about the completed actions. Later on, action was already completed, later on we are talking about them. So we cannot change the actions, we cannot change. That can never happen, because completed actions, past actions, we are talking on the past actions. So here the rule is, here in if clause past perfect tense, had plus V3 comes. Here would or should or could or might plus have plus V3 comes. Okay friends. So if he had applied for the job, he would have got it. If he had applied for the job, he would have got it. He did not apply for the job, he could not get the job. Very few people applied for the job, they all got the job. So later on we are saying, if he had applied for the job, he would have got it. If he also applied, he would have got the job. We are saying later on, because very few people attended, applied for the job, they all got the jobs. He only did not apply for the job. So that's why the action was already completed. So later on we are talking, regretting, saying that if he had applied for the job, he would have got it. Would have got it. The rule is had plus V3, had applied. If he had applied for the job, he would have got it. Would have plus V3, get to got. Would have got it. Understood friends? Already completed action. He did not apply for the job, he could not get it. So very few applied, they all got the job. So that's why later on we are talking, if he also had applied for the job, he would have got it. Bad fellow and unlucky fellow, he did not apply for the job, that's why he could not get it. If he had applied, he would have got it. And like we are saying. Next, if he had studied well, he would have got a first class. He did not study well, he could not get a first class. He got second class in the results. So that's why later on we are saying, if he had studied well, he would have got a first class. If he had studied well, he would have got the first rank. Okay friends, action already happened, past tense. So later on we are talking and regretting for that. So rule is, if he had studied well, had plus V3, had plus V3. If he had studied well, he would have got a first class. Would have plus V3, would have plus V3. Okay friends. And second one, if the doctor had not come late, the patient would not have died. If the doctor came late, the patient died. The doctor came late, the patient died. So later on we are saying, if the doctor had not come late, the patient would not have died. If the doctor had not come late, had plus V3, had come, came, come, had plus V3. If the doctor had not come late, the patient would not have died. Would not have plus V3, would not have died. The doctor came late, that's why the patient died. So that's why if the doctor had not come late, had come early, the patient would not have died. So this is how we use if clauses. Very easy friends. Once or twice if you watch the video, you can understand the if clauses. You can use them, if clauses, quite easily, simply. And let me give you some more examples. Suppose he missed the train, he could not attend the interview. We are saying later on, he missed the train, he could not attend the interview. Later on we are saying, if he had not missed the train, he would have attended the interview. If he had not missed the train, he would have attended the interview. if you had invited me, I would have attended your marriage. He did not invite me. I could not attend his marriage. So later on I am saying, if you had invited me, I would have attended your marriage. Okay. So if he had not been late, he could have caught the train. He became late actually. He went late, he missed the train. He could not catch the train. That's why we are saying, if he had not been late, he could have caught the train and the like. So friends, if clauses are very easy. Just watch the video 2-3 times so that you can understand. You can learn all. Okay friends? And please subscribe my channel. Please press on subscribe and bell icon. All comes. You press on that so that you can get all my videos. I am making all useful videos to all the people. So definitely I hope that it will all the videos will definitely be very useful to you, will be very helpful to you. So thank you very much for watching the video.